The Ox is online. David Schwarz, good morning to you.
Morning, Tim. Morning, Scotty.
Morning, Ox. How are you travelling, mate? Do we kick it off straight away with the Dees and just how well they're going?
Start wherever you want, Scotty. Your show, you run it, and it is your show.
How do you think you're old?
Clearly.
There's a little bit here. There's a little bit going on here, and I can feel it.
I can feel it too.
I sat there, as I said to you last week, I sat there with a passionate Melbourne man on Saturday night, and I got a little bit of an inkling what it's like to support the Dees. Mate, they're just nowhere at the moment.
Yeah, and I think we saw patches of it in the third quarter that, you know, they've got 15 premiership players out there. They can link it together at times, but their style of play just isn't conducive to today's footy. They're breaking down off half-back. Their entries into forward 50 and their forward line is just not working. So, no, they've got some big issues. I think on paper they're okay, but paper means nothing if you aren't playing as a cohesive unit. So, it's super disappointing. It's not where they want to be, and everything's ugly about their footy at the moment, and they're the easy beats. So, it's frustrating, it's heartbreaking and disappointing to say the least.
He's a premiership coach. Is he still the man for the job, Simon Goodwin?
I think he is. He's got the playing group, from what I understand, but the style of footy just isn't working. So there's a breakdown between the mids to the forwards, and there's a breakdown from the backs to the mids. So you just watch sides run the footy. We just don't transition the footy anywhere near where it needs to be. So, there's a lot of players down on form. Not many players have improved. And if you don't have an improving list, you're in trouble. So I would say that there might be one. I don't even know who's improved. I thought Kyle Chandler had until the weekend. So, there's not many players that have improved. And that's a blight on them, and it's a blight on everything that they're working towards. So, it's frustrating.
Yeah, exactly right. The 18,000 people who care about Melbourne would like to move on as well.
Why?
Well, because no one cares.
Here we go. Come on, Muscles.
No one cares, mate. They've got no supporters.
Yes, they do.
No supporters. They're old hat. No, mate, they don't.
What do you mean, no supporters?
No one goes to their games.
Yeah, well,
No.
they got 60-odd thousand members. Yeah, they don't turn up like they should. Unlike a lot of other supporter groups, they've actually got some intellect, and they've got other things that they're doing other than just football. So they're not just footy. They're not just footy nuffies, Tim. They've actually got lives.
Weekends
and
might be
got things on.
Weekends might be the
And
time they collect
breed
the rent.
pretty well. They breed pretty well too, Scotty. So they've got kids that've got sport on, and they don't get the best fixturing, but that's okay. But they'll be right. They're okay. They'll bounce back. They're a proud club, and they're the oldest club in existence. And
They're playing like it.
it is. But no, their footy's just not good enough at the moment for people to be interested in going through the turnstiles.
Yeah, it's a bit of a worry at the moment. On the flip side of that, there's all talk last night. Have a listen to this. This was speculation that possibly Caroline Wilson said on the Agenda Setters on 7 last night about Luke Beveridge's link to Melbourne.
I have no doubt that Luke Beveridge is now very much on Melbourne's radar. It's too early to be calling Simon Goodwin finished at the Melbourne Football Club, but club bosses are now anticipating that as a possibility, and they are declaring that Luke Beveridge would very much be an option for them. The out-of-contract Luke Beveridge, if that was about to eventuate. And we heard Simon's comments the other night after the Essendon game. He's clearly fighting for his job.
What are your thoughts on that? And I know you're in the Goodwin camp. You think he's still the right man for the job as it stands right now, but they are making a move. What's Beveridge's link to the football club, so to speak? What did he play, 40 games?
Yeah, I played a lot of footy with Luke. So he started just before me. I reckon he might have debuted in 89 and 90.
He did,
I
89?
debuted in 91.
89.
Yeah, so we played a bit of footy together. And then he obviously went on to St Kilda, and he's a very good under 19s reserves player and a really competent senior player. So Now, there's a link there, but, it's a tenuous link. He's entrenched at the Bulldogs, and I say this about any club. If the wheels are falling off, you look at every option. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. He's out of contract. It's like a Harley Reid or any other player coming out of contract that you've certainly got to have a look around and see what unfolds over the next month or two. So, 5 rounds in, it doesn't look good for Melbourne, and the pressure's on Simon Goodwin. But at the same time, they're not going to race into it. After round 5, if it gets to round 10 and they zip at 10, well, there'll be questions asked and there'll be decisions made. So, a little bit of time left for Simon to show what he can do and get the players going. But if that doesn't happen, obviously the pressure's going to build.
I think it's quicker than that, Ox. When you look at the next 3 games, you've got, it's unfortunate, this is just the nature of the beast in our industry, but I've got Freo, obviously, this weekend at the MCG, and at the moment, Freo will be going in as short price favourite. Then they've got Richmond, and then they've got the Eagles here in Perth. If things don't go well, this week it won't happen this week, but if it doesn't go right against Richmond or the Eagles, then the trigger will be pulled.
Well, Melbourne can't beat Fremantle. They've been smacked by Fremantle every time they played them in the last 4 or 5 games. Well, they beat Melbourne by 100-odd points in Alice Springs, beat them in the practice match, they beat them at the MCG. The Eagles touched them up as well. And Richmond are improving. So, no, the pressure's on. It doesn't get any easier. And, I thought Eston was an absolute bank of a game, but they're just not good enough. So unless they improve dramatically, they'll lose 1, 2, or even 3 of those games, which then the heat is on.
Yeah, and it gets harder even after that one. I mean, even just scrolling through, then they go Hawthorn, Brisbane away, Sydney, St Kilda, Collingwood, and Port Adelaide.
Oh, Struth.
Jeepers, it's tough.
Strap yourself in, mate.
Fetal position, and maybe taking the Range Rover away for a holiday, Tim.
To the snow.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. How'd you go in your tipping last week, Tim?
6.
Oh, you did not. You scoffed at my tips. You scoffed at Collingwood. You scoffed at Geelong.
Hang on. Have a listen. Did you say you could tip Geelong to beat Adelaide?
Yes.
And you tipped Collingwood to beat Sydney?
Yes.
That's what he said.
You're not taking it seriously. Are you tipping North Melbourne?
Are we on live here or are we on delay?
No.
Don't say anything. We're on live.
North Melbourne.
Oh, shut up, Fox.
Well,
you got those 2 right. But you also you 100% got a hats off to you. You tipped Geelong to beat Adelaide. That was a huge tip, and Collingwood to beat Sydney, which was an even money game. But you said,
and I had the Bulldogs who almost got there, but
did they?
Just missed.
Oh, just missed by 4 goals.
Missed.
Yeah, wow. And North Melbourne.
No, well they're up by 39 points.
Yes. Hello. So.
Yeah, well they've just come back from the West. Yeah, this is what happens, Tim, with these lower sides or lower profile sides. They get crap draws. They go from Fremantle to Adelaide. It's difficult.
David, do not talk about teams that have to travel back from the West. You know what they do in Western Australia? They travel every second week. They always travel back.
Yeah, but you've also got deals with mining companies and you're making billions of dollars. So don't worry about that. There's little deals going on everywhere for the West Coast and Fremantle players.
Hey, that's helping them.
Very, very well. They're very well compensated.
Oh, and you just spoke about the plum in mouth supporter base that you've got in regards to the Melbourne Football Club, so no excuses there. Carlton. Where are they at?
Yes.
I mean, they beat West Coast and, it was a walk-up. Michael Voss was interesting. He said, should I be really happy? Maybe. It was just a win. It was almost like, we expected to win and win easy against West Coast from where they're at. Are they still a contender?
Their footy's not great. Like, they're still not playing good footy. I still worry about their bottom 6 or 7. Their top end's really good. We know that. They're led well. They've got probably the best backing in the business. They've got best midfielder in the business. They've got 2 of the best forwards in the business. But they're not 22 deep, are they? They're probably 15 deep. So that's going to be their issue. They still haven't clicked. They're a bit like Melbourne. They still haven't found their mojo. And it's not the footy that we saw them become really competitive early last year. So I it's a sit and watch on Carlton. I know it's a very boring answer, but I need to see them play well against a good side and beat them before I'm trusting what they're doing. I just don't trust Carlton just yet.
I said that yesterday, didn't I, Goss? You almost can't, I guess, judge a team after they play West Coast. You've got to wait for them to play someone else at the moment. That's how the perils. Yeah, hey, we've done a quick straw poll of the people that we work alongside, our peers in that Ox. Did you get a gig at Gather Round?
No. All I got a message from the football producer saying you won't be required.
We didn't even get that.
That's well, at least I got a message. I suppose they're thinking of me in the past tense. But
there's three of us.
No,
then.
it's it's only the high profiled. Maybe we're not socially active enough, Scotty, me and you.
Are they worried?
I know Goss is, but me and you certainly aren't.
They might be worried about our per diems while we're away.
Could be.
Oh, well.
No, well, I'd certainly got an email that said you are not required over Gather Round, but you are working Good Friday. Said, thanks very much.
So you're on Good Friday.
Boy.
There's a lot of people asking that.
Yeah.
You're on Good Friday?
I'm on Good Friday and
Good
I'm
on
calling
you,
the
mate.
footy.
What about Easter Monday?
Not on Easter Monday.
Oh, you have a day off?
No,
Good on you.
No, but they're making it up for it. They're picking one up down in Bunbury. When they're down there. They don't miss you. They do not miss you. Hey, what about this? Was interesting last night. This was AFL 360. Alistair Clarkson being quizzed by Gerard Whateley and Gary Lyon about whether he's got the coaching nous of the modern day. Have a listen to this and his reaction, the pause, and almost like he was a bit miffed or put out by the line of questioning.
Oh, gee, who can ever answer that question? Are you cutting edge in what you do? I don't know. Would you say, oh, yeah, we're right at the top of our game? I'm not the best person to ask. You need to be asking everyone else.
But shouldn't you go, yeah, damn straight I am. I'm absolutely where we need to be.
Maybe, but that's not me.
No, but I know you. I know that's not you. I know you're looking bigger picture.
I'm never going to blow my own trumpet.
So basically they're saying to him, are you up to speed with the modern way of coaching?
I reckon in the past he answers that yes, doesn't he?
No, he's up to it. Come on, he's one of the best in the business. What do you think? You think the coaches just from the other side just get better because they've gone to the draft and got better kids? You're as good as your cattle.
He's been there 3 years. 3 years, and they're not improving.
Yeah, but have a look at the list. You leave McWalter there for 3 years. Are they going to be a premiership threat? Not a chance.
Yeah, but they've been loaded. They've been loaded with number one picks and compensation picks. That they have been. They're drowning under first round picks.
I understand that, but they've also lost them too. Tim, they lost Horn Francis, probably the best player of them all.
But he was only there
and
1
he walks
year.
out the door.
1 year.
No, I get that, but you still invest into a number one pick, and you're lucky enough to be in that position to get the. And let's be honest, Horn Francis has been the best 10 players in the competition, and he walks out the door. So, they've had their challenges as well. So, I don't think that's a fair question, Alistair Clarkson. Of course, he's at the cutting edge. He's got good people around him. The game just doesn't go by. It's what you've got at your disposal, and still they're rebuilding. Like their backline's a baby backline. They've got a forward line that's half okay, and they're building their young talent. McKercher and all that. They're only babies.
What do you mean their backline? Sorry, go back over that. What do you mean their backline? They've got Aidan Corr. This is their problem. Aidan Corr and Griffin Logue are key position defenders.
No, I
they're
know that, but
boys.
they're just. No, but the talent that they're building around are boys. Like those two players are big part players. It's not a Wiedering or a Stephen May or a Jake Lever. No. We're talking about they're just normal everyday backmen. They're not match winners, are they? So
they went and got Luke Parker. They got Caleb Daniel, Luke Parker, and Jack Darling. It was a mistake. That is a mistake.
You know why? Because they're young. You just can't. We saw what happened. We've seen what's happened if you just throw all the players out. St Kilda did it. Who else has done it? There's been the big one was Essendon did it in the early or in the mid '90s, where they just they're over salary cap, but they had to tip our players. You've got to bring in some experience, otherwise you're going to be down the bottom forever. So I don't mind the Darling, Parker, Caleb Daniel. They're just there to bolster for 1 or 2 years until they're right to go. So they're still 2 years away from from peaking or getting anywhere near their peak. I'm happy to give North Melbourne a little bit more time. They're a young side and have barely played together.
You're very patient. I think we were expecting to see a lot better. I think they believed they were a
Well,
chance.
I asked you the same question. When do you expect West Coast to be starting to climb the ladder into contention for the 8?
2077?
It's going to be a long time.
Yeah,
isn't
long
it?
time.
It's going to be a
But
long time.
But they haven't been afforded the draft picks that North Melbourne's been afforded over the last 3 or 5 years.
But they're going to get them now. So it takes. Even if you get them, it still takes 3 to 4 years before they become any good.
When the AFL give out,
and Tassie are coming in, so it's going to be a very different look for West Coast.
It's going to be a nightmare. When the AFL give out priority picks like they have Ox, when do you think their expectation is of giving that draft pick and seeing a positive result for that football club?
Are you talking about West Coast or are you talking about
I'm
North?
talking about North Melbourne. So the AFL have obviously given them plenty to make them competitive again. When do they, when the AFL give out priority draft picks, when do you think that they expect that side to benefit from it and be competitive?
Well, you only get a priority pick is if you're absolutely pathetic, and we haven't seen a side absolutely pathetic for a while. I know North Melbourne have been lowly ranked and they've been ordinary, but it's not a Fitzroy or we're talking about total devastation where your list has just been picked apart. And so, but if they do get a priority pick, it still takes 3 to 4 years before you see the fruits of that. So it does take time. It just doesn't happen overnight. And then you've got to get, as you know, Tim, you've got to get everything right at board level. And if things are things right at board level at West Coast, probably not. Have they been right at Melbourne? No, they certainly haven't. So until you get everything right, to win a premiership, you need everything humming. You need your board right. You need your footy department right. You need luck with your salary cap so you don't get key injuries to great players. You need to be able to draft well. You need to be able to develop well. It's a full, holistic look at your footy club. And if one or two of those parts are broken, you're just not going to succeed. It just doesn't happen. I've never seen a club win a premiership when they've been busted off field or they've had a breakdown in the footy department or they've had, major injuries. So have a look at the premierships that have been won in the last 10 years. They're all big, well-oiled machines that are going really well at that time.
On and off the park.
No one slips through the cracks. No one ever slips through the cracks by winning a premiership when they're busted away from the team.
All righty. Get our teeth into some tips.
Our listeners love you.
Here we go.
A lot of love for you.
Here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
Now,
I'm getting 9 this week.
Okay. Well, do you want to play a game? You want to go head to head?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go head to head for sure.
Yep. Rightio. I was going to go sorry for a TAB voucher, but that
Love
won't go
to
down well.
Ox.
Hey, Ox. Let's go with a bottle of red. Because I've got so many of them.
You know what? Go a bottle of red because I'm every chance to get it. He'll on-gift it.
Now, I was going to... So, I don't gamble, but I do buy red, so I'm happy to buy red and then donate one to you if I happen to lose.
All righty. And you can go...
What's the limit? $40?
Oh, yeah. And some.
I never spend more than 40 on a bottle of red.
Is that right?
Ever.
Okay. Hey,
No,
so Scotty, who goes first in the tips then between you and me?
Oh, I think you go.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
What about we take it in turns?
Scotty, you go.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point.
Right.
Righto. We kick off on Thursday night with Ox. You go first here. The Lions at the Gabba taking on Collingwood.
Oh, this is big.
Geez, the Pies love to travel.
I'm taking the Pies. Yeah, they do. They love the white shorts.
How can you tip Collingwood?
They love travelling.
Collingwood for me.
You blokes
They're
are
good travellers. They've
Have
got
you
used
seen
to it
Brisbane
over the
lately?
years. Yeah,
They're giving teams 5 goals start and just...
half rat power. The
get
Lions.
on.
Don't worry.
How you tipping, Goss?
Eka won't have the same second half he did against
What about that?
Bulldogs. No chance.
Got 9 coaches votes.
Aaron Norton was good too the other night.
He actually was very good. Who are you going, Goss?
Brisbane will win with a leg in the air.
Rightio. Goss, you get to go first. North Melbourne versus Carlton on Friday night at
North
Marvel.
Melbourne are shite, and Carlton aren't much better. In fact, I can confirm Carlton. They're shite. Carlton are shite. 15th
I'll take North Melbourne.
Carlton for me.
Beautiful
North
week.
Melbourne for me.
Rightio, Ox. The Eagles take on Essendon here on Good Friday.
How did Oscar Allen go the other night, Tim?
Started well.
Okay. As long as you start well, that's all you need
If I
to
was
do.
Oscar right now, I'd be signing a new deal with West Coast.
Yeah, I'd take what I can get.
at $100,000 a year. I'll take Essendon.
Essendon for me.
Okay, Dees taking on Fremantle
There we
on
go.
Saturday.
There we go,
The
Ox.
MCG in front of how many people will be there?
Lock
Goss?
it in.
16,000.
Take the D's. Take the D's.
What? Are you serious?
I'm taking the D's.
You just said 3 minutes ago that they can't beat Fremantle, but I like it. There's a bottle of red up on
No,
this.
they don't beat Fremantle, but this Fremantle. I don't know.
No.
Fremantle might get off the plane.
No.
They might not get off the plane.
Fremantle
That's
win.
what I'm hoping
Fremantle are
for.
already there. They went straight to Melbourne. They're not coming home.
No, yeah.
They've got
It's an early, getting ready early.
Yeah.
So they'll go into holiday mode while they're in Melbourne.
They're going to the
Dees.
snow for 3 days.
They'll be down. Head down to Luna Park. You'll see them down there.
Yeah.
They'll be down at Luna Park and then Ackland Street and then into the Botanical.
Yep.
Yeah, Goss, I'm
Just imagine it.
tipping you're going Fremantle. Goss.
So far, it's not. It'll be embarrassing.
One of the games of the round is at the Adelaide Oval. Adelaide taking on the Giants. Goss?
Giants for me. Giants for me.
Adelaide Crows for me.
Bounce back. I like it. Richmond
Yeah, I
taking.
will bounce back.
Ox, you get to go first. I think you'll both go.
Ooh, this is at Marvel.
Richmond.
Marvel.
Yeah, Richmond hate Marvel. And the Gold Coast Suns.
Gold Coast for me.
Yeah, Suns for me.
Yeah, okay. Sydney.
Oh, look at you getting on my bandwagon now. Look at you.
It's an easy one to follow you in on, let me tell you. Sydney taking on Port Adelaide at the SCG. Gee, Sydney need a win, and Port Adelaide were fantastic. Is there a letdown after that big emotional win by Port Adelaide on Sunday? Alan Goss?
Sydney easily.
Is it a day? Is it a night game? Goss?
It is it's twilight in 3 turns, so they'll come good late.
be better.
Now remember, Sydney no good at night. Remember,
No, not good during the day.
they're not good during the day.
Day.
so they'll be ordinary in the first half,
Correct.
good in the second half. They'll
Correct.
take the Swans.
Yes.
The lights take effect.
Swans, yep.
Who are you going, Ox?
Yeah,
Swans.
Swans and Doggies versus Saints at Marvel.
Oh, lock it in. Lock it in. Woof, woof, woof.
Goss, do you barrack for St Kilda? Do you back your team in?
I do
Yeah.
believe
Have you got any courage?
Yeah.
Have you got any courage?
I got courage. St Kilda.
St Kilda.
St Kilda.
This is
for me.
fantastic.
Oh, how easily you manipulate. Look at that.
You took Melbourne, mate.
And the traditional Easter Monday clash at the MCG. It is Geelong coming off a fantastic win.
Come on,
against
Caddies.
Adelaide taking on the Hawks, who you think are going to rebound. Geelong, Hawthorn, Easter Monday. It's a beauty.
I'm going the Catters.
Hawthorn for me.
Oh, so many.
Oh, yes.
One of you is going to have a blinder.
So, you got the tips there?
I'm going to have 9. You're going to have 2, Tim.
Okay, fair enough then. I'm happy to. I've got so many bottles of red I've been given and gifted. I've just got to get rid of them.
Can we also have, because we are going to play golf again, I'm going to come back over. Can we just have, from now to the end of the year, Oscar Allen versus Norton?
Oi, yeah.
Each week, someone gets a tick, and whoever gets the most ticks at the end of the year, I got the tick on the weekend because Norton was better than Oscar, and we go from last weekend.
Okay, happy to do that.
You can pick your partner.
All right.
Whoever you pick your partner, you played with Buzzy Fuser last time, Goss. And you...
No, I'm playing with you, Scotty.
Yeah, no, it's you
Scotty,
and me,
I'm with
mate.
you.
It's you and me. His redemption's coming. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
well-
he'll need Paul Gow to beat us too.
Oh, mate, myself and Goss, we.
I just hope I just hope there's an RBT somewhere in the second 9.
we could be taken off the course.
Good on you. Good chat. Long chat. Appreciate it. Mate, they love you on the text line. We love having you involved. There he is, the great man, the Ox. Appreciate him coming on our show, of course. And he's got his own show, if you remember rightly. He's got his own show, and it is called Point of View with Ox and Hardy. And you can get it at 7 o'clock Perth time on a Sunday morning, just when you're staggering in.
You go for your walk in the morning.
Yes. Or coming back from gobbles. All righty, 28 past 7.